Hey, how you doing, YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to talk about why Andrew Wiggins could have a breakout year. Now, before I get into the video, I'm not particularly an Andrew Wiggins fan. I mean, I don't dislike him, and I kind of like him, but I'm not making this video because I'm like a fan of him or anything. I'm making more of this video kind of like, because a lot of people did doubt Andrew Wiggins. They're like, he was the weak link of the big three. He's just like an all-around, just defensive liability, a complete weak link. So I'm going to be getting some reasons why I think he could have a breakout season next year and pretty much shock the entire NBA for like world. So yeah, so without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first reason I'm going to get into for this video is going to be that he'll be used to playing the third option on offense. As I mean, last year was kind of his first year being that third option on offense, and it really did show. As I mean, he kind of struggled on offense, and I mean, the reason he was that third option was obviously because Jimmy Butler came, and I mean, he's just not used to that. I mean, before Jimmy Butler came, he was used to getting like almost all the shots up. They ran their offense pretty much through him. They ran the perimeter offense pretty much only through him and Karl-Anthony Towns. But now that Jimmy Butler came, they ran the offense through Jimmy Butler a lot more too, so it took away touches from Andrew Wiggins, and it kind of probably just threw him off his rhythm as a scorer. But now that he will be used to it, I think he'll go back to his normal scoring ways. As before he was the third option offense, the dude was an elite scorer, averaging 23.6 points per game 2 years ago. But once Butler came and pushed Wiggins back down to the third option, his scoring dropped all the way to 17.7 points per game, which is still not very bad, but still nowhere near as good what he used to be. But I do think when he starts getting comfortable in that third option role, like learning how to play with him, I think his scoring will go up and that he will have a pretty good season. But then also my second reason is going to be that this is a make or break season for Andrew Wiggins. Like, I mean, no, his contract isn't up, and this isn't a contract year for him that he just needs to play well to get paid a lot. But I mean, like I said earlier in the intro, a lot of people kind of pointed to Andrew Wiggins for why they didn't have much success. When Jimmy Butler went down, Andrew Wiggins did not step up like people thought he should have, and he just did not play very, very well. Same with Karl-Anthony Towns, but Karl-Anthony Towns was still a beast, so I mean, I can't really say it. But Andrew Wiggins was a big, big point. I mean, he's a defensive liability. He's not much. He didn't do what he's known for, which is scoring. I mean, 17 points is good, but I mean, people were wanting him to be a 20-point per game scorer. So he just had a down year last year with Jimmy Butler coming in, and it was a big disappointment, and people were really mad at him for doing it. I mean, like, just look at videos on YouTube on him. They're mostly negative opinions about him. And then, I mean, so that means he's going to come out playing desperate. I'm assuming he doesn't want to be traded from the Timberwolves and wants to stay on that team. I mean, he's going to come out playing desperate. He's going to come out playing hard, wanting to score, wanting to do everything. He's just going to be playing the best basketball he's probably played in his career, because I mean, you don't want to be the worst on the team. You don't want to be looking like the weak link of the big three. So I mean, he's going to want to come out, play, prove people wrong, and I mean, if he's made of the right stuff, I do think he will have a very, very good bounce back year, because I mean, usually when a player comes out playing as desperate as he probably will, they usually play much, much better. As you can see, when players are on their contract year, which is usually the make or break year for players, they will end up playing out of their mind. I'm pretty sure one of those examples was like Karl-Anthony Towns or something. He is on his contract. It was somebody like that. Might not have been him, but like, he was on his contract year. He probably had the best year of his entire career. Somebody like that. And I mean, he just had an unbelievable season, and he ended up getting a big, big payday. But then my third reason is going to be that his scoring will go up, because I mean, he will be more used and more comfortable to that big three. This is kind of like the first one, but it's kind of not. You understand when I get into it. Like, we've seen that Andrew Wiggins can compete with the best of the best in scoring. I mean, I think 2 years ago now, he averaged 23.7 points per game, and for the entire season, he was one of the best scorers in the league, one of the best, not best three-point shooters, but I mean, he was a very, very good scorer. Kind of like a Carmelo Anthony, obviously not as good as Carmelo Anthony in a prime, but like, he was kind of a young Carmelo Anthony, you know what I'm saying? Like, scoring, mid-range game, very good, drive to the lane, very athletic. So, I mean, I can definitely see him like being over 20 points per game next year, like averaging that, or at least 20 points per game, somewhere in that ballpark. I think he will go back up, because I mean, you gotta admit, when you add someone as big as Jimmy Butler, plus you're doing it during the draft, so you're drafting someone, you're just not going to like be able to click right there just like that. And so, and they added a new point guard, a starting point guard in Jeff Teague. So look, you added superstar player Jimmy Butler. Now you're the third option. Jeff Teague doesn't fit your system very much, so now you have a new point guard, new star to get used to, and now you have to learn how to play with all these pieces. So now that he's going to be more like you saw the players have good chemistry with him, maybe he will end up being able to score more efficiently and a lot more, which I really do think he will be able to do, and he will probably end up averaging around 20 points per game. And I think if he's able to do that, people are going to start respecting him more and like stop calling him the weak link of that team, or at least of the big three. You know what I mean? So like, if he can do what he does best, which is score, then, you know, maybe people will kind of get off his back. And I do think he will start scoring a lot more. That's just my opinion. But now my fourth and final reason for this video is going to be that he could improve his defense. Now, this is probably the weakest part of Andrew Wiggins' game, is his defense. He's a very bad defender. I mean, in college, it was different. Like, when he was coming out, one of his biggest things was that he could be good on defense because he has an extremely long wingspan, extremely athletic, extremely fast. So people just thought maybe this dude could be a lot better on defense. But, I mean, he wasn't, but I think he could improve a lot on defense depending how hard he really wants it, because he's playing with one of the best defenders in the league in Jimmy Butler. I mean, I'm pretty sure he won Defensive Player of the Year a couple times, or at least once, or he was in the competition for it. I mean, he's one of the best defensive players in the entire league, Jimmy Butler, so I'm sure he's going to start taking pointers and start learning from him as much as possible. And with this being his second year, I'm sure he's just learning even more tips, even more tricks, assuming they get along a lot. So, I mean, learning from them, that can only help learning from Jimmy Butler. I mean, it can only help having one of the best defensive players on your team to help him on defense. Plus, I might hide him on defense a little bit more with Jimmy Butler on there, but you never know. But yeah, so unfortunately, guys, I'm here for this video, but that's all the points that I have. Comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think Andrew Wiggins could have a bounce back year? And if not, comment below, comment why. But if you do agree with me, comment why as well. I really want to hear all your thoughts and opinions below. I mean, I really do enjoy making these type of videos for you. I'm trying to change it up with like an Andrew Wiggins one. Instead of being based around a team, I'm based it around a player. So if you want to see more type of videos like that, comment that below as well. I mean, I don't know what about YouTube, but I've been enjoying it like so much for some reason. I don't know. I've just been liking it. I mean, I've always liked it, but like, it's like, I don't know. It's a very good situation to have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just love it so much. It's probably a big part of y'all. I mean, obviously not only because of my growth, but we've been growing unbelievably fast. I think we've been averaging like 10 subs a day, which is extremely good. I mean, we hit 300 subs. I say this in every single video, and I say that in every single video as well. I mean, 300 subs 2 weeks ago, or about a week and a half ago now. We're almost at 500 subs. I think we're like 12 subs away from 500. I can't thank y'all enough. Like, at this point, I am assuming I buy sub bots in my sleep. I mean, it's the only way. I mean, y'all been showing so much support, and I can't thank y'all enough for it. So, I mean, I just love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. And I want y'all to have a blessed day, since I had a blessed day. So, all y'all need to have a blessed day. See you tomorrow's video. Goodbye.